This is a 1978 Fiat 124 Spider, and it could be the ultimate barn find, or it could be a disaster and bankrupt us both.
I never thought of it that way.
Today is this car's second chance at a new life, and it is really close to dying.
Might actually be the third chance based on the amount of car that's missing.
That's perfectly normal for a car to be
Of this age, yeah.
of this age. That happens every time you pull up to a red light.
Vintage.
Vintage. Basically, it just gets lighter every time you drive it.
Race car stuff. I know it might not look like it, but this car sat in a field for 24 years. It basically needs everything. That tire's cambered in a little bit too far. Most of this side's not connected to the body. This headlight smokes. Every panel on here has a hole in it, but it runs. That's the important bit. Also came with a set of spare carburetors. Not sure if those are worth anything. Maybe that'll finance the project, but it really isn't gonna cost a whole lot because this bad boy only ran us $700. $350 each. It's one bad night at the casino. All of the slight cosmetic and structural issues aside, at the end of the day, we still have a beautifully ugly vintage Italian sports car.
This is the first time that we've touched this car. We put it on the trailer when we got it, drove it home and parked it in the garage. It has been about a week and we can't keep our hands off it any longer. So tonight, our goal is to clean this thing outside and in. We don't know what we're gonna find yet, but that's the whole point. We need to get this thing stripped out and all the mouse turds out so we know what it needs.
Needs a lot.
It needs more or whatever that is. I'm gonna grab the pressure washer. Let's get started cleaning this thing.
Cleaning this little 124 was the first step in bringing this car back to life and making it ours. We might have bitten off more than we can chew, but we're going to learn so much in the process. That's what makes me excited. Sure, we could have bought a Honda Civic. We could have bought a Volkswagen Golf. We could have got any of those cars that are very available, but we got something that's slightly more unique. I have a firm belief that most cars have a personality of their own and are sort of alive in their own way. And this Fiat has no shortage of character. The paint is faded, the wheels are ugly and rusty, the whole car is rusty for that matter. It is shedding its old life. That's how I want to look at it. Even though some of its old life is structural and probably makes it dangerous to drive, I like to think this little Fiat knows it has a second chance at life right now, and it is grateful for the fact that we took it home with us. And I'm grateful for the simple fact that it starts and runs.
Now it's time to start tearing out all of the interior pieces that we can and cleaning it up. We're gonna try and get the seats out and clean out everything in the trunk because there's a ton of stuff in the trunk.
I think we should have said no sale. All right, let's go. Oh, bro, look at how cool this gas cap is. Here. Whoa.
What'd you find, Zach? We got some freaking gold lug nuts.
Yeah.
Bro, the lock nut too?
The lock.
There's so many good parts back here, I feel like. Well, you've been digging out of here.
Yeah, but a lot of this is not for this car. This is not for this car. I mean, I don't know, maybe that's for the passenger.
Oh, dude. Is this what I think it is? It is.
I don't know what it is.
This is the bumper cover. It's one of the corners.
Oh yeah, it's that one.
It totally is. I mean, it's not gonna stay on there, but...
And not only that, we're getting rid of the bumper as soon as we can. Bumper delete, baby! Race car stuff.
Bumper delete. That's like me from birth. I don't have a bumper. I ain't got that rear end, if you know what I mean.
I'm not even gonna look at what the rest of that is right now. We're just gonna... We know that's in here.
There is a lot of mouse poop in this car. It is amazing that the seats aren't completely destroyed and they're actually in pretty good shape, all things considered. That is like probably the first thing we should do is vacuum up.
Yeah, get the vacuum, get all that out of there, and then we're gonna pull those seats out if we can.
So we're working on the seats a little bit because obviously they're gross and kind of ugly, but this one is pretty faded, but it's clean now. It's definitely could be painted. I think we could paint these back to red. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. A cool thing to try. I've never painted leather, but I know it's possible. I used to work at a classic car dealership, and they did it all the time. This looks like a drink that I would order in Mexico.
That's a tequila sunrise if I've ever seen one.
Kinda, yeah. Son of a gun. Maybe that's what we named the car instead of... Oh, that's one thing we didn't talk about. We named the car, guys.
Yeah, we named the car. It's Italian.
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 What is the name?
Vito.
Sei un mentecato assoluto! Sei senza cervello!
This is good. This is just fine. Well, you can see the floor. So, you see my hand? Look at that. Good air conditioning. The seat belt should be bolted to something sturdy, but it's basically just...
My God.
Brother,
This is that part that... yeah, so... You remember when I said it might bankrupt us? We're about an hour in.
I already want to give up.
I mean, it has to be done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we have to find out where it ends. This is almost catastrophic, but it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, go-karts don't have this much metal. You know, like the racing go-kart that we had open floorboard.
The seat rail. The seat rail is not.
There is yes, it is not currently connected to
The car.
the car.
seat.
It is solid though, so it must be connected like sturdily on that side. This is solid. That's not. That seems good. You ready for this?
Oh.
The seat has never been out of this car before. I'm certain of it. And now it's out. Look at it.
Very sports car.
It's kind of ugly. The entire floorboard needs to come out. What I'm going to assume we're going to do is grab either a new floor plan. Why can't I say it?
I'm just struggling.
Floor pan.
Yeah.
We'll grab a new one, and if we can't get it in, like, I don't know, either sheet steel or that. And honestly, I'm leaning towards sheet steel just because we can make it our own. This piece is fine. Like, this is, I mean, this part is not, but we can make it work. But along the edges, since it does come up, we'll clean this up as best as possible. If we can clean all that, we can get some angle iron in between the two. You know what I mean? And then weld. And that's going to be what it is, I think. I guess we don't know. We're an hour and 25 minutes in. I'm assuming this is fuel line.
Interesting that runs on the inside of the car.
Right beneath the driver. In case anything happens, you will light on fire. All the wires look nice, though. Let's get that seat out. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to look really close to this side. No, it's got to move. Give it a, like, all the way forward, then slide it back if you can. There you go. Just push the seat through the back of the car. Here they come. Just push right up. Dude, how satisfying is that to take a seat out? Hey, they're not in bad shape.
Could be redder. They clearly took care of the interior of the car.
Oh yeah, caramel spice.
What
is that?
Two-step lotion intensifier.
For the seats?
No, it's tanning lotion.
Oh.
Doesn't this strike you as Arnold Schwarzenegger's probably the wrong person? Too big, but that, you know, cool guy, cigar guy, tan guy. He's got a chain, shirt's open down to here.
Well, this dude's dad definitely wore a medallion for sure.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, the passenger side is not nearly as bad.
I would love to know that this is not asbestos before I leave it.
It's asbestos. Asbestos is the bestest. It's a very fun green color. I see daylight.
After cleaning the interior up as much as possible, we called it a night because the next day we had to take care of a little problem under the car.
We got the interior all the way tore out the other night. We know we need floor pans, as you guys saw. It is not good at the bottom of this car. Everything under the car basically is a problem. Today, our plan is to cut the exhaust off where it goes from being good to being bad. And then we bought some extra exhaust equipment. We got some straight tubing. We got some 90s. We're just kind of gonna go for it, I guess, and kind of get something mocked up. It's not gonna be permanent, but it's going to get us able to turn the car on and move it around better. Right now, we're just dragging the old exhaust around.
After we put the car up in the air, we had to get the muffler off, and it was only hanging on by the two muffler straps that came on the car. It came right out. The next thing we had to do was cut the exhaust far enough up so we could get a fresh start with our new exhaust tubing.
Can we
Looks good. Salvageable. We'll just patch that up.
patch that piece and it'll be fine. Yeah. We got some goodies here. We're gonna try and make this work. Kinda janky. It is a budget build though. We were trying not to spend a ton of money on this car. Like it's only $700. So the cheaper we can keep it, the better off we're gonna be. So we got the frickin' America Thrush.
I hate this.
Resonator. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. Look at that. You look so happy to
hate it.
hold that in your hands.
And we look at this. We got a tie up. We got an existing exhaust hanger set right here already.
After we got the exhaust cut off, we were able to mock up the pieces that we had to fit in the glass pack that we got, and that's going to act as our muffler temporarily. We ended up using some mechanics wire, hanging it on the old hangers to get it in place, and then we tightened it down with some clamps.
Great. That is about as solid as it's gonna get. I got rust in my ear. Want to do the honors, or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Hey, no way!
What?
What's happening?
I don't know. I didn't touch anything.
Did you touch the wiper arm?
No.
Move it down. They work! Hey, dude, they freaking work. That's
the
sweet.
wipers, bro.
That's no way. Why are you not starting, car? I wonder if it's just out of gas. I would be willing to bet the guy didn't put much in there. You know what I mean? There. That's a lot more manageable noise.
It is. What was that? What'd you do?
That is the longest it ran so far, I think. Yeah. Once we get it out the back, I think.
And how fucking cool did it sound when we wrecked it? We're gonna make t-shirts out of that.
Rap-a-pap-pap-pap, I'm a Fiat. Next thing we're gonna tackle before we finish the exhaust, just because we need to get this thing really on a lift before we actually finish the exhaust, and we're waiting on a couple things to get this car going. We have somebody that's replying with parts that we need. We need to figure out when we can get those. We need to wait till we can get time on the lift. The exhaust will have to finish then. What we can do in the meantime is replace this dash, but it is completely like delaminated and started cracking and falling apart. Luckily for us, the car came with a spare dash. It's just breaking in half. Guess that makes it easy to take out. Nice. Got the dash all the way put back together. Zach cleaned all the gauges really nice.
Not yet. I got my money on it's not gonna go in. I know it came out, but it came out in chunks.
While we are in here doing this stuff, we looked at the steering wheel and we were like, oh, you know, it's a little bit kind of rusty. It looks like it was black at one point. So what we're gonna try to do is take it off, sand it, clean it up, and we're gonna see if we can't polish it to get it to like a shine, like a chrome. It depends on how like thick the paint is and like how bad it is. We might just spray paint it black, but one of the options, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna either do a shiny material or black. I don't know if that's gonna come off. Need a steering wheel puller for this.
For real?
Yeah.
Coming in clutch with the steering wheel puller. We went through all the effort to disassemble the shaft or the column cover, and then we realized that it is press fit on. Picked up one of these. It's just like a rental, so you can borrow them. Now we're gonna redo what we did do.
That's a pretty common thing when it comes to throttle therapy. We do and redo a lot of things over and over again because we're not good at things the first time.
Bending. Do you see that?
Bending what?
Like the tool is at an angle now. Please don't break the steering wheel.
What's the goal?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Realizing that the steering wheel puller wasn't going to work, we went to the internet to see if there was any answers.
Okay, kind of like we talked about the learning curve, learning process. Turns out you need an Alfa Romeo type steering wheel puller for these, and that's ill-advised anyway. Jerm, why don't you show him? Just rock it.
Yeah, you just go back and forth a bunch of times like this. Like push here, pull, push, pull, and then
It pops right off.
pops right off.
Consequence of our attempt with the steering wheel puller. I don't know if you can really... Yeah, there you go. You can see it. So, advise...
Don't do that.
Don't do that. We're going to have to try and find a way to flatten that back out. A few, as Jerm would say, ooga-doogas.
Give it the ooga-doogas.
With a mallet, and we might be able to get that.
It'll be fine. What we're going to do is clean up the steering wheel, and Zach is now turned into a bench vise to hold the steering wheel, and I am the grinder. I'm not on grinder, I am the grinder. Zach's on grinder.
Yeah.
We can't go back now.
We finished off the evening grinding off all the old black paint and the rust off the steering wheel. And after about an hour of grinding and buffing and scrubbing, the steering wheel actually came out really good.
We done did shine the wheel.
If the car cleans up half as good as this steering wheel did, we've got a gem on our hands. Yeah, I could not be more pleased with this.
Now we just have to put it back together.
Better.
So much better. So much better.
Yeah, the shiny metal looks sweet.
Wow. Yeah.
The first things we took care of were kind of random. We washed it, we cleaned out the interior just to see how much rust there was.
There's a lot.
Cut off the exhaust that was broken off, and we put up a temporary piece of exhaust with the glass pack. It won't erupt your eardrums, which is nice. And then we did the steering wheel. It is now slightly prettier.
The steering wheel wasn't necessary. The exhaust is necessary. Right now, the plan is, the plan was, get it home in one piece. Success. Get it starting and rolling, not running. Success. We did that. The steering wheel was more of an aesthetic thing, just kind of looking at it. That is a little spark of hope for the rest of the car, that if it cleans up half as good as that steering wheel did, we've got a gem on our hands.
We've got a gem.
We did the dash panel.
We did do the dash panel. I forgot about the dash panel.
We cleaned
it
up.
Looks fantastic.
Disassembled the gauges. Jeremy swapped the veneer for the piece of plywood that's hanging up on the wall behind me. I don't know if you can see it right there.
Yeah. So in the next video, what we're going to plan on doing is cleaning up the engine bay and getting this thing to idle appropriately. It idles really high right now. Obviously with the exhaust off, we don't know what it's actually going to run like with a full exhaust system. The intake needs some work. The carburetor needs to be cleaned, but that's not for this video. That's for the next one. So you guys got to stay tuned. If we did something wrong, make sure to roast us, because, you know, that's how you learn.
I can take it.
I can't. I'll probably cry, but that's fine. As always, I appreciate you. If you guys made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. And we'll see you next time.
It's getting easier every time I do it.
It tickled my inside.
I could feel the vibration too. Yeah, that was okay. Well, all right. Cool.